Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe here, taking a look at Project Zomboid, and this is a top-down or isometric view zombie survival horror game from the Indie Stone, and it's available on Desera for $7.99. I'll have a link in the description below. Now, it is alpha. There is a lot of work to be done, a lot of polish, of course, but while this has been out for some time in its alpha state, I felt that now with their latest version that it was time to really just get into it and take a look at it. So this is kind of my second impressions of this title. I've navigated it a little bit just to get a feel for things because it's not really that intuitive. They've taken out the tutorial. They're going to reintroduce it at a later date. But right now, let's get started. There are some options here. Not a whole heck of a lot, as you can see, but I am running at 1920 by 1080, which for some does affect the gameplay because, as you'll see, the way it scales everything, things are quite small, and I haven't found anything that allows me to zoom in. There was the option to zoom in an older build of the game. It seems to be missing. So if anybody knows how to do that, let me know. But let's get into Sandbox. I'm going to go ahead and create a new save called Strafe. And we can take a look at some of the options available to you under Sandbox. Now, you've got population here. Zombies, normal. We're just going to leave it at that. Difficult enough if you ask me. I will warn you, this is an extremely realistic and detailed zombie survival horror game. While it will not win any awards in terms of visuals, in terms of gameplay, it probably beats everything under the sun just because you can do nearly everything you can think of that it would at least make sense in a game. But we'll take a look at that once we're actually in there. We don't want to just sit at the menu all day. So, zombie distribution, urban focused, survivors, none. This is not currently a multiplayer game. There is a local split screen option, but nothing online as of yet. They are planning that at a later date. Time options. You can do real time, or you can have a day be an hour, 30 minutes, and so on. Start month, we're just going to go with October. I do believe that this does affect weather. For example, in July, it's really hot. You might succumb to thirst quicker and perhaps heat exhaustion as well. Start time, 9 a.m. This is very interesting. World options, water and electricity shut off. Basically, imagine there's a real zombie apocalypse. The people running the water and electricity plants, eventually they're gone. They shut off. So you have a cutoff period here that you can choose. And I guess it's, for this one, anywhere between 0 to 2 months. So I guess maybe it's random within that. So let's say you have a refrigerator. It's got perishable goods in it. It's got a piece of steak in there or something. Or a piece of meat, whatever you want to say, in there. Eventually that could go bad. And not just, by itself, but once the electricity's gone, how long is that going to last? Same for, fruit or anything else that might need to keep cool. So you're going to have to then revert to using canned goods or some sort of MRE. But there's your loot rarity as well. This is the next important thing. I've just got it set to proper zombies. They've said that they want to kind of stick to the Romero slow-moving zombies, so you can leave it at that. But if you want something else, if you want to deal with faster-moving zombies, you can choose that here. You can choose their strength, how tough they are as well. Transmission type, blood and saliva, everyone's infected, none. I don't know the specifics of these. There's no tool tips. There should be, just to give you a little bit more information. Infection, mortality, reanimation time, cognition. I'm guessing this is whether they can use doors and whatnot, how intelligent they are, maybe. Memory, how long their memory, perhaps if they followed you towards your house, if they remember whether you're in that house. I don't really know how a lot of these things work. Decomposition, their sight, eagle, normal, poor, hearing, pinpoint, normal, poor, bloodhound, normal, poor. So there are those options, but I'm just going to leave it to proper zombies, whatever that is. We're just going to hit play. There's a little kind of character creation thing here. Some of this stuff seems irrelevant because if you go to the next screen, it seems to change that. I'm just going to call him John. McLean. We all know who that is, right? Next, and you can choose your occupation, which then gives you a trait. For example, if you go with fire officer or firefighter, double speed breaking through doors with the axe, faster axe swing. Police officer is a marksman, improved gun accuracy, quicker reload. Park ranger is an outdoorsman, not affected by harsh weather conditions, extra orienteering ability. Construction worker, he's thick-skinned, less chance of scratches or bites breaking the skin. Faster barricading, actually sounds pretty handy. He has no shirt. Security guard, he's a night owl, requires little sleep, stays extra alert even when sleeping. So, just because we've named ourselves John McClane, let's go with police officer. There are these available traits here, but I don't have any points to spend, so it would seem that I cannot add them. I can hit play now. If I go to add a trait, for example, it won't let me hit play because I just don't have the points, so it's pointless. So there's these other things. They seem, you know, interesting, and perhaps you acquire them later on. But anyways, moving right along, let's begin, shall we? Because these are the end times. There was no hope of survival. This is how you died. Really good score as well. Seems to change based on what's going on within the world as well. And here we are. So, as I mentioned before, running this game at 1920 by 1080 is going to give you a small character as well as structures and whatnot on screen. But you do have a lot in terms of being able to look at the world. I do not see a way to zoom in. I suppose I could mash some keys and find something maybe, but in the older build there was a little icon in the corner that you could click and then it would zoom it in or decrease the res. I'm not sure really how that worked. But anyways, here I am navigating with the WASD keys. It is based on true sight, so if there was a zombie behind me, I wouldn't be able to see it unless I actually turned around. You've also, of course, got your other senses that you can look at. You can go to the window, which allows you to look out that window. You've got curtains generally that you can manipulate as well to give you an idea of how detailed this game is. The fact that you can actually do that, the fact that they can actually see through it, and vice versa. So there's that. You've got doors that you can manipulate as well. You've got a couch that you can sleep in, works on beds. Also, you've got a bookshelf that I can examine. This is the loot box or window here. So there's a newspaper on that. I can take that newspaper. I can read that newspaper. You can become bored in this game. You'll have a little icon here that'll say you're maybe bored, you need something to do. So that's a good time to read. I believe that you can find books that will educate you in terms of construction and other abilities. We've got our kitchen here. You can see that there's a fridge. It's a little hard to navigate at times. For example, there I was trying to get at the fridge, but I ended up opening this door. But we've got the fridge. There's a banana and some bread in there. We've got these other shelves or cabinets here, I should say, that allow you to walk up to them and it'll show you by vicinity what you're near. So we can look at the oven, we can look at the other cabinet, and here's what's inside there. So we've got a butter knife, which can be used as a weapon, not the greatest weapon on the planet. Frying pan, kitchen knife. I believe you can also use these for actual cooking as well. You've got tea bag, spoon, plastic bag, and whatnot there. But again, we can search through all these things. Can opener. And now you might be thinking also, well, pick all these things up, put them in your inventory. This is what I've currently got. You can see this is my weapon. I've got a baseball bat. I'm going to equip that as my primary. And now I've got a little baseball bat in my hand, if you can see that there. I can hold my mouse button to bring a swing. And there's that. So now, by doing that swing, for some reason, I've exerted myself. I guess John McClane is out of shape. I don't know why that's happened. I remember on the last character I had, swinging my baseball bat did not exert myself, but perhaps it was because I held it back for so long that it did that. I don't know, but there's that. You can also sprint by using the shift key, but you will exert yourself and eventually slow to a walk. Again, the game is very detailed, extremely detailed. You've got your health status here. If you're bitten, scratched, wounded in any way, it'll show you. It'll tell you what's going on. You'll bleed out. You've got your skills, which I guess improve over time. And then some basic information. It says I've survived for 2 hours. That's obviously not correct. Age and whatnot as well. So there's that. Food, you know, works the way you'd think it would. You probably want to go through perishables first. You know, we've got this banana. We can go ahead and eat said banana, and there will be a little bar above you that shows the progress of that. And then here's where your pop-ups are going to be again. Slightly fed, short healing, and strength boost. But now it says here, unpleasantly hot. Consider resting somewhere less exposed. Thirst increased. So I guess it's hot for October, because I'm pretty sure that's what we had, right? October. Now there's a sink here. You can of course drink, and again another progress bar for that, but that does not seem to affect this. Now I can go back to this and sleep, and it'll perhaps remove this as I'll get some rest. But it also is going to kick through some time. And let's see, how do I get to these stairs? It is hard to navigate some of these areas sometimes. Here's our next floor up. And when you do sandbox mode, you spawn in a random house. So last time I played, I spawned in a one-story home. This one might make for a better defensive position. You can eventually barricade your doors and windows. You need to find some lumber. You need to chop at them and get the wood, barricade. So here we've got a belt, lighter. We've got some sheets here, which I can rip up into bandages. You can see it's doing that. Now if I look at my inventory, I've got about 8 bandages, I believe. I also still have the sheet. I can craft a sheet rope. Now, let's go ahead and do that, because I'm curious as to what I can use it for. I almost wonder, I have a window here that I've just chosen to open. I can climb through it. Now, I don't know that climbing through a window on the second story is a good idea unless maybe I use my sheet rope. Can I do that? I have no idea. I really don't. Would I have to equip it? You know, that's something, honestly, I'm not really willing to find out at this current point in time. Maybe you can't, maybe you can't. I just don't want to fall out the window, because this game is pretty lethal, and that would be a bad way to start things, would it not? Although now I know everybody's curious. So let's take our first step outside. You can see that there is a zombie right there. He does not detect me currently, and generally you want to avoid them at all costs, because if they get your scent, if they see you, they will follow you back to your house. And generally, they stick around for a while. And that's not a good thing. There's a shed here. It's locked. Window is not. We can eventually... Okay, I'm going to hit E again. It's going to manipulate the window. As you can see, the clicking is not very detailed. You're supposed to be able to climb through windows. There. So I had to click up there to really be able to climb through. We're in. And we got these cabinets. There's nothing there. But we can now open the door. We're going to close that. And generally, if it's a building that you're interested in maintaining, you know, close everything behind you, because they will go into it. Some more zombies over there. Notice how they disappear when you turn away from them. I'm looking a little pale. John McClane might need something to eat. Probably should have brought some snacks with me, just in case I'm out and about exploring and I need to eat some food. That's mistake number 1. Oh, crap. Ran into a zombie a little too close. You can see that there's something popped up there. I actually became panicked. And that will happen. And I believe that does have an effect on your abilities. So sometimes if you are lightly panicked, you might need to go away for a while. Go hide out. I guess that door's locked, so I need to remember what part of my home is open. I think somebody was just coming through the forest there. I don't know if they're on to me. Generally what will happen is they'll come up to your house and you'll start hearing a banging or a scratching sound. They will try to... See, we've got them out there. We can see them through this window. See now, hear that? They are trying to get in my house. I believe they're trying to get through the windows. Eventually, they will break in. So, the mistake I've made is that I've already alerted them to my position, to my house. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that food and eat it, because I have a feeling we won't be able to stick around here for long. And let's see if we can just grab a couple of items. There's some chips here, which apparently is missing its icon. Grab that. There's a cooking pot, which, you know, for certain food, you actually can cook, I believe. Because, like, let's say you have a raw steak. You can't just go ahead and eat that. You got to cook it up first. And you got frying pan. We've got cabbage seeds. I believe there is the ability to create a farm. So it is that detailed. I've got butter knife. So there's things here. You can become encumbered. You don't want to carry everything. You can't hold it all. And even if you have space for it, it'll say, oh, you're overburdened or something like that. Apparently there's 9mm rounds in here. I'm going to go ahead and grab those. I don't see a pistol. Can opener is always good to have. Some matches, perhaps. Let's grab that. Sounds like they're still trying to get in. We're looking through there. Can't escape through the window if we need. I don't see anything through there. Where are they trying to get through? Guess I can't see really well through that door. Somebody just broke a window. And it's this window. Oh, crap! Alright, we gotta bail. I'm gonna shut that behind me. Like I said, it's just a matter of time before they get through, which is why you need to barricade yourself within the house. You gotta get lumber and seal yourself in. Here's the effects of being strong panic, accuracy severely reduced. This is locked. Sometimes you can get through an open window. It is starting to rain. There's a zombie back there, but he's not alerted to my presence as of yet. And that's locked. I can smash the window, but it will create noise, drawing nearby zombies to my location. And we're drowsy, could do with a lie down. Oh, snap. Now, yes, I can defend myself. I can go with a swing there, but it is really dangerous. Sometimes it's a one shot to the head, but generally you're going to get into a fight that you don't want to deal with. There's a lot of zombies around here, ladies and gentlemen. Rough terrain does also slow you down. We're back towards our house. I'm going to try to move in this direction, perhaps. Ah, crap, and there's a zombie over there. Generally, most of these houses are locked. I've climbed through, but I might have also just set off the house alarm. So that's bad. There are also light switches here, as you can see. And while going upstairs sounds like a good idea at times, as you can see now, that house alarm is attracting everybody, and we need to bail. Go! Oh, crap! Oh, my God! No! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Project Zomboid. Avenge me. Very difficult game. You will deal with extreme hordes of zombies, as you see there. Setting off a house alarm, breaking a window, making any amount of noise at the wrong time, at the wrong place, will result in this. I think this has been a great example of what you can expect from this title. Lots of potential here. Lots indeed, but it still needs a lot of work. I think the controls and user interface could do with some polish. It needs to be a little bit more intuitive and take some cues perhaps from other titles that have done a good job in that department. But generally, where you have those issues, it excels in terms of gameplay. Very, very, very detailed in regards to the survival horror experience. And while, like I said before, it's not going to win any awards in visuals, if you really just don't care about that and you love true survival horror gameplay done 100%, then this is a good option, and it's only $8, so you might want to check it out. Again, ladies and gentlemen, get it on Desera for $7.99. Link in the description below. Looking forward to hearing your feedback on this one. I'll see you next time.